Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I am your host Duchess, and welcome to Break Bread with Duchess, where we discuss any and everything that we want to under the sun: TV, reality, celebrity news, music, you name it. If I feel it, we're going there. So today we are on Sisters. I'm so glad it's back, y'all. Sisters season 8 episode 1, and let's see. Gary is in hell, getting his Harriet Tubman on, digging a tunnel. He wants to go lower. There's not a space lower than hell, y'all. Like, where can we send this joker? I can't stand Gary. Karen is feeling the effects of her loose booty Judy ways. Shout out to Tony Gaskins. And y'all, Miss Andy may be on her way to jail. Honey, while she running around chasing Penelope, which is a good thing that she's chasing Penelope, because somebody needs to find out what happened to her. But she got bigger problems that she don't even know that's coming down the pipeline. So let's get into it. The season opens up with Karen sitting down talking to her mom. She is letting her know that she has learned that her twins are both Zach and Aaron as the father. So this should be very, very interesting how this unfolds. But she's having a group meeting at her home. She feels like it's best to just tell everybody in person. So the whole gang shows up. Zach and his fiance Fatima. Aaron eventually gets there, and Aaron is the ex-boyfriend that he was really into Karen and really in love with Karen, actually. But the jury's out on whether this man is kind of a psycho. But she has sent him packing, put him out of her life. She wanted to go through the pregnancy by herself. Now she has to invite him back because he is, in fact, one of the baby's daddies. And her mom and Danny just happens to show up to apologize to her, to try to smooth things over with their friendship. So she allows her in on the tea and swears Danny to secrecy. And so Zach is happy. He's happy he still gets to be a daddy. He's hoping for a girl. Of course, Aaron is elated. Danny says she's not going to tell anybody, but she ain't going to be able to hold that. We know how Danny get down. Meanwhile, Andy and Fatima are over there questioning Gary about the whereabouts of Penelope. The last they knew, she was at his office. Y'all, Gary has killed Penelope. Had the hazmat crew to come in and clean everything up. This girl was pregnant with his child, and he offed her. But he's swearing he don't know where she is. His name is Gary, and he's not in it. He is proclaiming his innocence. So they decide to leave before Fatima cut his neck off. And they decide to leave. As they're leaving, Andy notices blood on the wall. So she is now really convinced that something has happened with Penelope, and Gary is responsible. Meanwhile, Hayden is at home with his gold-digging wife. He found out that her getting with him and being all in love with him was a scheme, really. But she has him legally to where he cannot get rid of her. So they decide they're going to work it out. So they appear to be a happily married couple. But wait till he find out that she is actually fooling around with Gary. So Gary texts her just as Hayden is leaving for the office. Their client. This client that he and Andy shares, she is a high-powered lady, a very wealthy lady, and she's not too happy with the way that she's being represented because she can't get a hold of Andy, so she calls Hayden to have an emergency meeting. So Hayden has to leave hastily. He's going to the office, and as soon as he leaves, his girl is sexting Gary. Gary can't wait to get her in the office and do the little nasty things he want to do. Y'all know Gary. I can't stand Gary. Did I mention I cannot stand Gary? But anyway, so she's on her way to see him. I wonder if Hayden and if Hayden and Gary are setting her up so that he can get out of this divorce. Like, a part of me feels like, boy, Hayden is going to be really upset when he finds out that Gary is banging his friend, because that Gary is banging his wife. And Gary and Hayden are friends. He even hired a private investigator to look into her because he said that she was shady, and blew up her spot, found out that she was just using him for money, but now he's sleeping with her. So I really think, I kind of feel like they're setting her up so Hayden can can divorce her and be done with her. But at the same time, the way they sneaking about it, and I haven't seen Gary and Hayden discuss it, so I don't know. But that's my theory. Y'all tell me what y'all think if you watch this episode or get back into the previous episodes of Sisters. So meanwhile, Danny has made it to her apartment where her boyfriend's, her new beau's children are waiting for her. He has small kids that he's keeping for the summer, or may even be keeping for the year. Danny and him are in a newly kind of relationship. She really likes him, but she can't stand kids for real. Danny is a very single, bachelorette type of, girl. Her apartment is really not kid friendly, but she is gonna be a sport and babysit these kids for a second time. I'm curious to know how long he and Danny are gonna last, because, honey, if it was me, he would have to get somebody else to do it. Like, you too needy. All of a sudden, I'm not about to be your nanny. That's what my mind would be. But, like, where their mama at? But this isn't about me. This is Danny and her new boo. And she is obviously committed to auditioning for Stepmom of the Year, knowing that she don't like kids and she don't want to be bothered with this man's children. So it will be interesting to see how this work out. Danny does not have the best track record in her relationships, and it doesn't seem like this one is going to be any different. Now, Fatima and Andy have made it into the office, and they are talking about this thing with Penelope and trying to figure out what may be going on with her. And she's not answering her phone. Her phone is going to voicemail, and she's worried about her. So Hayden comes in with his annoying self. He comes in and let her know that their client has not been able to get a hold of her, and she has scheduled an emergency meeting. So come on over to the conference room. The client does call her. I think her name is Miss Mary. She basically let Andy know that, I'm not interested in your personal problems. I don't pay you to hear about what you have going on and why you have not been available. I only care about how you represent me, and that's what I'm paying you for. And if you don't want to be off of this case, or for me to remove you as primary counsel or lead counsel, she better get into it. So Andy promises her that she is on it. She is fully committed. That was a one-time situation, and she is ready. So she and Hayden have their conference, and she and Fatima leaves. Like, they have their conference, and she leaves. She's on her way home. Andy's boyfriend calls her, who is also Penelope's brother. He is also a rising politician, and he's concerned. Like, have you heard from Penelope? Have you heard anything from her? And Andy was like, meet me at my apartment or my condo, or whatever it is that she has. So she has him to meet her at the condo. That she does have some concerns. So at the condo, she lets him know a little bit more about Gary's sordid, criminalistic past, but he's never been able to be prosecuted or even brought to justice for some of his things. Like Gary has, like he appears to have the police on payroll or something like that. Like, and her boyfriend is a little annoyed that she hasn't told him the history. But to Andy's defense, when she learned that he and Penelope were involved, Penelope was already pregnant. She was actually the side chick to their relationship, so things were really complicated, and there wasn't much that she could say, nor did she ever think that Gary would actually hurt Penelope. So she gives him the concern that she saw blood, and in his office, Penelope's brother is visibly upset, rightfully so. So yeah, they're going to get the police involved, and they're leaving right now to go to the police station. Meanwhile, Sabrina is on a date with her boyfriend. Sabrina has started the process of freezing her eggs, so she's going through the hormonal injections to get ready to retrieve her eggs, because she is certain that she wants to be a mother one day, even if she has to do kind of like in vitro fertilization. She's firm on that. She wants to be a mom. She is dating a guy who does not want to have kids. They've had the conversation. He does not want to have kids, but despite that, there are differences in where their future holds with children. They are deciding to continue this relationship. So they're over there on a date. They're watching some TV show where people have sex all the time, and they're humping, using protective measures, of course, so she doesn't become pregnant. But that's where Sabrina is. Gary is already at the police station. He is complaining to the detective that he's concerned about his fiance. She is pregnant. She's missing. His ex-girlfriend Andy has been stalking him. She is crazy. She's put him through so much, and he's convinced that she has done something to his girlfriend, and he needs her to investigate. He needs him to investigate. And so the police detective that he's talking to is trying to get him to calm down. Let's get some facts. When was the last time you seen her? That kind of thing. Like, he's trying to de-escalate Gary. Gary is upset and urging him and really concerned about Penelope. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and he's sounding really convincing. Like, we didn't just see him last season kill this girl and clean her body up and all this drama. But yeah, that's what Gary's up to. That's his angle. And in walks Andy and the boyfriend. And the boyfriend, who is Penelope's brother, is ready to attack Gary because he wants to know where his sister is. And it doesn't look good that Andy and the boyfriend have shown up at the police station, and Gary has beat them to the punch. But it certainly looks like she's stalking him, and they're dangerous the way they came in there. So we'll see how this plays out. I don't know. Yeah, I did tell you guys about Sabrina. So you guys let me know what you thought about this episode. What do you think about Sisters? I like Sisters. I'm going to keep rocking with them despite some of the writing challenges. So we'll see if Tyler Perry is going to leave us on a cliffhanger for 3 seasons to figure out if Gary's going to get his justice, or if he's going to take us on down the road and again Andy gets arrested and all of that. Like, I don't know where this is going to go, but I do like the drama. It was good. I thought this episode was good. Tell me what you guys think. Thank you for rocking out with me. Sisters, Season 7, Episode 13. I stand corrected. We're not in Season 8 yet. So, Sisters, Season 7, Episode 13. Thank you for rocking out with me. Please like, comment, and share if you like this content. Thank you so much. I'm out.